Dear students, welcome to our Good Samaritan School online classes of science for class 9E. Yesterday we have learned about the types of forces and the different examples of the forces in our daily life. Now today we have to learn about the the basics of the forces, okay, and the basics of the motions. So here you have to know about three big scientists and their contribution in the force and law of motion. The first scientist named as Aristotle, he was the philosopher also, and he only told at first that every object is having the tendency to be in a resting condition. Every object wants to be only in the resting condition. Then the Galileo Galilei, he only added something about the Aristotle's contribution, and he told like that ki when the object will be on the resting condition, then if you will not apply any kind of unbalanced force on that, it will be in the resting condition. And if any object will be going on with a uniform velocity, and then also if you will not apply any unbalanced force on it, it will be going on with the uniform velocity. And then Sir Isaac Newton, and he has given a very big contribution in this chapter, okay, and how he has stated three laws of motion, and you have to learn about that three laws in this chapter. Now let us see. First we have to learn about the Galileo's experiment. Here you can see two condition you can see here. The first condition you can see that one man is pushing a stone in an inclined plane over the hill. What is happening? So if you have to push a stone through an inclined plane over the hill, it will be very difficult for you, and the stone speed will be less. But when from the top of the hill you will push the stone downwards, then the speed will be high. So when you are taking it on the upward direction, the speed will be less. The speed will be less. But when the stone is coming from upward to downward direction, the speed will be high. Okay, so that means what is happening here? When it is going up, then you have to push it, and when it is coming down, so then it is coming towards the gravitational force. So that's why it is coming very easily. And here you can see that if any object will be moving through the horizontal plane and there is no inclined plane, so there will be a uniform velocity in that object when it is moving through a horizontal plane. Okay, so what is the conclusion here? If the unbalanced forces do not act on the body, अगर कोई भी अनबैलेंस्ड फोर्स कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट के ऊपर काम नहीं करते हैं, देन व्हाट विल हैपन? द बॉडी विल आइदर रिमेन एट रेस्ट, आइदर वो रेस्टिंग कंडीशन में ही रह जाते हैं, अदरवाइज इट विल मूव विथ ए यूनिफॉर्म वेलोसिटी, नहीं तो फिर वो एक यूनिफॉर्म वेलोसिटी लेके चलते रहते हैं. इट विल रिमेन अनएक्सिलरेटेड, बट वहां पे स्पीड का कोई चेंजेस नहीं होती है. ठीक है, that means when there will not be any unbalanced forces applied on the object, the body will either remain in the resting condition or it will move with a uniform velocity. Now in the second experiment you can see that this is a semi-hemisphere structure, okay, and what the ball is doing, the ball is coming from one point to another point and then it is coming back to the first point. Okay, it is happening like that. But here you can see what is happening when the ball is coming down, and here the horizontal plane is there. There is no this kind of semi hemisphere structure. So what will happen when the ball will come down? It will move by this way. It will not come back to its final position. Okay, वो अपनी पहला वाला position पे वापस नहीं जा सकते. ठीक है? Why it is like that? Because which kind of conclusion you are getting from here, that if the body will be at rest, no unbalanced force if it will act on it, it will remain on rest. And if the body is moving and there is no unbalanced force will act on it, what will happen? The body, the object will move at a constant speed for a in a fixed direction. Okay, it will not, अगर तुम यहाँ पे कोई भी unbalanced force को बाहर से apply नहीं करोगे तो वो अपनी दोबारा अपने position पे नहीं पहुंच सकते. ठीक है, it will go towards the horizontal plane with a constant motion. And the third one, if the unbalanced forces act on a body, the body will accelerate. अगर हम बाहर से कोई भी unbalanced force को apply करते हैं कोई object के ऊपर, then only that object will accelerate. That means it will change its speed. So then only it can increase its velocity or the speed. So these are the Galileo's experiment and the conclusions. These are very important part and you have to learn this point very carefully. Now, the balanced force and unbalanced force, already you have learned about that, and today also we will do some more overview in these two kind of forces. You can see it here that when the balanced force means what is happening here, balanced forces will cause no change in the speed, and if the object is not moving, and if you are putting the same force on both of the side, then it will remain on its same place. Okay, so that's why it is called as the balance force. Here also you can see that two friends, they are on their skater and they are holding one rope and they are pulling it with the balanced force. So that's why they are balancing them with the help of the balanced force. Now, the unbalanced force. What is the meaning of unbalanced force? The forces are not equal. So when the forces are not equal, then what will happen? The object will change their speed and or direction. Okay, they can change their speed also, they can change their direction also. Okay, and the unbalanced force also can cause the non-moving object to change its motion. That means when one object is here and if two people, they are giving the unbalanced force, they are applying unbalanced force on it, then this object can change its place through the motion. Now, the basic forces, three types of forces are there: the weight of the body, the normal force, the tension force. So what are these basic forces? The first one you can see it here, that the apple is coming down towards the gravity. So that means every objects are having mass, and along with mass they are having the gravitational force. They are having their gravitational force, and these two will conjugate to make the weight. Okay, so every object will have the mass, and when they will fall towards the ground with the help of the gravitational force, that is called as the weight. Now the second one is the normal force. What is called the normal force? Normal force means when any object will be in a contact with the surface, there will be obvious contact with the surface. Without contact with surface, no normal force will occur. So you have to keep it in your mind that when there will be contact of object with the surface, then what is happening? The gravitational force, when it will work downward, then the surface will give the same force to the object. Okay, the surface will provide the same force to the object, and this is called as the normal force. And third one, what is called the tension force? Tension force, there is no contact of the object to the surface. What is happening? The object is coming down due to the gravitational force, but just because of the tension created by the spring, it is going up. So this kind of force is called as the tension force. So these are the basic forces we have learned today, and in our next class we will start with the Newton's law. Okay, just be very careful and you just keep learning, and best of luck all the students. Thank you very much.